I incorporated. I've been talking about how the whole process and like this is a thing that I was doing and I was in the middle of it, but today I got my incorporation documents. I got my certificate and my articles of incorporation. So it's official. I'm incorporated. Kirk CPA Professional Corporation is now a little business baby that I've created and have to continue to nurture. That got a little out of hand by the end of that. But I'm so excited that that's a thing now. It was a surprisingly easy process. I was, Bree Jameson Holloway helped me. She's with Jameson Law. She's excellent. She definitely knew what was going on. She knew, and I had very specific requirements for my corporation because I am an accountant, because I operate in a weird space in accounting. So I had a lot of very specific questions, and she either answered them or was like, I can definitely find this out. And yeah, she was great. She made the whole thing really easy to do. Part of this whole process is filling out a form for your lawyer to say like what kind of share class do you want, and what are will the books and records be, and like how much do you want to purchase your first shares for, and like all those things. And that form was, I mean, it was easy for me to fill out because I do this kind of thing all the time, but I can imagine that for someone who is not in accounting or in law, that this would be a more difficult form to fill out. So I like to have classes of shares that sort of have all of the varieties of shares so that you have options later, because you don't have to issue them. Like, don't issue all the classes, but it's a lot easier to do it when you're creating the corporation than to try and do it later to like amend your articles. So I like to have all different kinds of share classes. I mean, I said that like I've been incorporating forever, but I give the advice to my clients. So you want to have like common shares that can vote, common non-voting shares, preferred shares that can vote, preferred shares that can't vote, just all the different classifications and combinations that you can have, so that later you have some tax planning options and just options in general in terms of issuing different kinds of shares to people, so they have different kinds of ownership in your company. So I'm very excited about that. It was also really excellent to go through that process on my own, not on my own, but for myself, because I have advised clients through that process before, but it was really great to do it for myself. And then most of the work actually comes after, because Bree was amazing and she did all of it for me. And so now I have to do things like get a new bank account, and I have to create a new QuickBooks file, which I'm not totally sure how I'm going to do because the accountant version is a little different, so I can't just like create a new file because all my client files are attached to the one that I have now. I have to something I didn't think about was changing the name of the company on like the directories that I'm on. So like Google My Business and Yelp and Yellow Pages and like all those things have to be changed. My social media profiles and well, not my website because that's what I incorporated, but if you were to change the name of your company, you might have to change your website and email address and all that stuff. It's kind of like moving when you have to like change your address with like all these different companies and stuff. So I have at least 11 steps that I have to take. I wrote a blog about this actually because it's something that I hadn't really considered. I guess like I've helped my clients through different pieces of it, but I haven't really considered what all the steps would need to be after incorporation. And so I wrote a blog post about it. It's the 11, I don't know what the title is, but I linked to it in the description of this video, so you can check that out if you want. What questions you have for me about the whole incorporation process, either like before incorporating or after, or yeah, those are the two options, I guess. Before incorporating, during, after. Let me know in the comments and I'll answer them for you. I hope you're doing well. I'll see you tomorrow.